Post 2, it appeared, was under siege. The two boys, frozen with fear, waited in silence, the tortuous minutes seeming like days, broken only by the movement and the sound of the banshees outside, infinitely compounding their fear. The noises were now coming from all around. They were everywhere. The front, the back, and the ceiling above. "What do you want?" one of the boys screamed.
"You," the banshees replied. "You didn't ask permission to enter. You didn't ask permission before killing one of the forest children. We are deeply disturbed by this."
The boys, having never felt so helpless and afraid, replied with, "We didn't know. Please forgive us. We didn't know." The banshees shrieked back,
"You were warned. You'll now suffer for your carelessness and your lies."
The door began to be beaten again. The heavy, solid wooden table inside Post 2 began to shake. One of the boys dropped his flashlight, and his body quickly became overwhelmed with the banshee's demonic-like possession. The other could only watch on in terror as his friend's eyes rolled back up into his head, his fingers bent back and broken, and his body was slowly lifted up into the air, where his spine was snapped like a twig, and his paralyzed body discarded back to the floor like an old sack. The other boy knelt down to help him. He was gone, and he knew that he would be next. "Stop! Please, God, help me!" he screamed. Then, as quickly as the disturbance began, it stopped. The silence consumed him as he took a deep breath and braced himself. He knew he still wasn't safe. The window exploded. The door burst open. And between the flashes of lightning, the silhouette of a banshee came closer into view. "Oh God! Oh God!" the boy screamed. The banshee reached out, opened her eyes and floated closer and closer to the boy. And when she was face to face with him, said,
"Scream for your God all you want. There's no God here."
And the horrific torture continued until dawn. As daylight broke across the mountainside, an old woodsman who had set off from the base that morning was passing by Post 2 and noticed that it had been heavily vandalized. Upon further investigation, he found the two boys laying unconscious on the cold concrete floor. One of them slowly came to and struggled to speak, only managing to get out, "Sir, please help us," before passing out again. The woodsman called for help, and the boys were carried to the local hospital. A group of villagers had gathered around the boys, and they all stood in silence as one of them eventually came around. The boy opened his eyes to see a man looking down on him. Where are we?" the boy croaked. "You're at the village hospital." "You're completely fine," the man replied. "You both look like you went through a lot last night. Your friend is a little worse off, a little battered and bruised, but he'll be okay. So tell me, just what happened to the both of you out at Post 2? The boy, now sitting up in bed, tried to recollect what he could about the horrific nightmare they had just lived through. After patiently listening to the boy go through the series of events, the villager spoke. "You boys should have known better. I believe you were warned to ask permission before entering the forest, from the spirits that reside there." "Yes, sir. We realize that now. We were wrong, and we were very sorry. I'm so glad that it's over now." The villager's unsettling cold stare made the boy feel uncomfortable. Then he spoke. "No, it's not over. The dirt that you stepped in, the smoke from the campfire and the blood on your hands, it will forever stain you. the smell will never leave you and will continue to haunt you for the rest of your life." The boy was stunned, and the regret he felt made him sick to his stomach. A sudden tap on his shoulder made him look up to see a nurse standing beside his bed. "Boys, I brought you your medicine," she said. "Oh, and by the way, this is the woodsman who saved the two of you. He found you both passed out in the hut at post 2. He raised the alarm and had you brought to the hospital here." "Thank you so much," the boy said haltingly, a little confused by their sudden appearance. "Don't mention it. I'm glad you're now both okay," said the woodsman. "By the way, who were you talking to when we came into the room? Your friend's not awake yet, and there's no one else here." "Huh? What?" thought the boy, quickly looking around the room and realizing the man was right. His friend was asleep, and other than them, the room was completely empty. Then he saw them. He saw the spirits that would forever torment him, never to leave him, and forever haunt him for the rest of his life.